Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, namaste.
Good morning.
I hope you have, yes, good morning, Dagmar. So have you completed your which session, therapy session?
Yes.
Okay. So now we will start with
Hello.
our hello, namaste. Ru.
Namaste.
So now we will start the anatomy and the physiology. Yesterday, just I think we have almost completed the names and the location of the bones in our arms and in our legs. Just we have seen the anterior portion of our leg. So in the posterior part of our leg, that means at the back of our leg, there will be few muscles. Those are known as hamstrings. The set of hamstrings at the back in our thigh, the very important. And there will be the muscles in our calf and as well in our foot. So those muscles, the names I will write, or in short, I will tell. So the posterior view of our leg, in short, this is the foot, this is the back view, back side posterior view. So there will be the big, huge muscle on the buttocks. Those will be known as our gluteus maximus. There will be glutes medius also. So the gluteus maximus, the medius, and the glute minimus muscle. Apart from this, the thigh. Below the buttocks, there will be the thigh. At the back of our thigh, on the posterior side of our thigh, there will be the set of hamstrings here in short. And this set of hamstrings, how many muscles you find in the set of hamstrings? So there are 3 muscles in your set of hamstrings, and those muscles are semitendinous, semimembranous. Here, the first we will see about semitendinous and semimembranous with the biceps femoris. So you will have with the 2 head the biceps femoris muscle. Along with that, you will have the muscle semitendinosus and in the center semimembranosus. So semitendon and semimembran. At this side as well, we will have gracialis muscles that we have already seen in the anterior region. So the set of hamstring is made up of 3 important muscles: semitendinous, semimembranous, and as well as biceps femoris muscle. Biceps, though this bicep muscle you find in your arm, but biceps femoris muscle, that means femur. Femur bone is in your upper leg, that means in your thigh. So biceps femoris muscle is also a muscle from your hamstring, which has 2 heads, but one single muscle, which has 2 heads by. So these 3 are your hamstrings. Hamstrings injury, hamstring stretch, the stretching part, very important when you do any forward bending asana, you will stretch your hamstrings like your pyramid pose, Paschimottanasana, forward fold postures, or like Prasarit Padottanasana as well, or Uttanasana, simple standing forward fold. So this is what the stretching given to our hamstring. And at the below, this is your calf. This is your knee. connected with the ligaments. Below to the calf, you will have the two major muscles. Those are gastrocnemius. These two muscles at the calf are gastrocnemius. While at the side of the gastrocnemius, you will also see the soleus muscle. So you also have the soleus that we also seen in the anterior view. This is posterior view. Apart from this, you will also have the flexors group of muscles. So to make your foot movement of the foot. For the plantar flexion, dorsiflexion of the foot, you will have the flexor muscles as well here. Fibula connected to the tibia and the fibula, the bones in our lower leg. This is what in general the posterior view of our leg. So glutes maximus, major, medius and the minimus underneath. Below we have the hamstrings. Unlike in the front of our thigh, quadriceps, quads made up of 4 muscles. Rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, medialis, and intermedius. 4 set of muscles made quads, but on the top, at the back of the thigh, hamstrings. Biceps femoris, semitendinous, and semimembranous. This all also connected with our pelvic joint. So this is what pelvic joint actually, our hip bones, the muscle in our buttocks are nothing but our pelvic joint. So they originate from our pelvic and may end in our femur. This muscle may end in our tibia. So the movement we will see now, how it can help to move any structure or the part of our body. We have Saturday, I think, today, so I can see less people, maybe half a day for few. Okay. So I will erase this and we will proceed further the movement of the part. So what muscles engaged while we move the part? So while we move the joint. So we will see each specific joint in our body from the top, like shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, then we have pelvic joint, knee joint. We will see like this. Can I erase this? Room or Dagmar? Anyone?
Yes.
Or do you want? Okay.
Thank you.
So now we have seen almost major muscles in our body. Few questions I have to ask you, not only to move forward. So few questions will ask you, what is the major muscle in our chest? Known as major muscle in our chest.
Pectoralis.
Yes, pectoralis major. What are the major muscles now what we have seen on our buttocks? Anyone?
Gluteus maximus.
Great. Then what are the muscles on our back at the center, the big muscle in a V shape?
Trapezius.
Great. Trapezius muscle. Then what are the muscles at the side of our back?
Latissimus dorsal.
Latissimus dorsi, or we can call it lats. Latissimus dorsi is the right word, correct word. Lats are what? The short form. Then what are the muscles on the top of our thigh in the front? four muscles?
Quads.
Quads or quadriceps. And at the back of the thigh,
Hamstrings.
and hamstrings muscles. So these hamstrings muscles, these three muscles which we have seen now, just now, those were hamstrings. So these were the important muscles here. And what are the muscles on your core or on your abs, backs?
Obliques.
Obliques are at the side,
Oh,
at the center.
rectus something.
Yeah. Rectus abdomen. We have abdomen, so rectus abdomen, like this. So rectus is just straight muscle. You also find it on our thigh, rectus femoris, rectus abdomen, like this. Okay. Wait. Now we will proceed further. We're just revising few muscles. Now, muscle engagement. Or musculoskeletal engagement, we can say. Musculoskeletal engagement or musculoskeletal movement, musculoskeletal muscle engagement. For bone joints. Now, for the first one, we will proceed from the shoulder. So we have the shoulder joint first. I will write. So in the shoulder joint, in how many ways, or first tell me, what is the example of shoulder joint, or what kind of bone joint means our shoulder joint? Because we studied also bone joint.
Ball
So
and
tell me.
socket.
Yes, ball and socket. So this is what moves in all the directions, the ball and the socket. So the first movement of this ball and socket joint or the shoulder joint is the flexion movement. Flexion movement for the shoulder. So we'll write here flexion. Then what is the flexion movement of our shoulder joint here? So when we will bring our arm straight up, this is what? Flexion of the shoulder. And while we flex our shoulder, when we bring our arm in front, this is flexion movement, straight in front, raising the arm in front. Then what happens? Which muscles get engaged? So we have anterior deltoid. Anterior deltoid means our shoulder muscle, front one. Anterior deltoid muscle to the shoulder attached with the pectoralis major. So the upper part of the pectoral, upper part of the chest muscle with our anterior deltoid will be helping for the movement of our arm in front. So these muscles getting engaged. So what will you write here? Anterior deltoid and superior pectoral muscle. So superior means at the top. Pectoralis major muscle. These muscles are originating from our clavicle, scapula, sternum. So where is our clavicle? Our collarbone. And also it originates from scapula, our shoulder blade. And the muscle pectoral major also originates from the clavicle, sternum, and the ribs we have. So when, see, this is important, please hear this carefully. See, what is starting point and ending point? That even if you don't remember, but always remember that the point where the muscle gets inserted where the muscle is ending. That point is what insertion, point of insertion, where which helps the muscle or the part of the body to move, not the starting point. Starting point is resting point or initiation point. So initial point. This is what I am moving my arm, but my starting point is what? The muscle pectoralis major or our muscle anterior deltoid, clavicle or scapula. This is starting from clavicle, collarbone, and scapula. But where this is ending, this muscle is ending in my humerus. So in my humerus, this is what upper arm bone, this muscle is ending. So when my humerus bone will be moving, then the muscle or the structure will move. So ending point of the muscle helps the organ to move in point of insertion. Clear? Yes, people? Always remember this, not the origin, point of origin. Can we proceed further?
Yes.
Now, we have extension. So what will be the extension movement? So first movement was flexion. Now extension means what? This is flexion in front, extension when we bring the arm back behind. So what will happen? Our shoulder joint is extended. So which muscle are getting engaged when we bring the arm back right behind? That is posterior deltoid, and our lats at the sides also gets engaged. So write down the major muscles involved in moving the part here. So this is posterior deltoid. For the flexion movement, it was anterior deltoid in the front. We have posterior deltoid now to extend our arm. And then we will have lats or latissimus dorsi also helping for to extend the arm. Okay. So this posterior deltoid, similar clavicle and our scapula originates and ends at the humerus. And the latissimus dorsi muscles, these lats at the sides will originate from where? From our pelvic or from our lower back. Origin, point of origin. But these are coming up here towards our back. So from ilium or our lumbar, this is originating and it will be ending to our humerus as well. So these lats also end our humerus. So when we extend the arm, lats get engaged. So where this is ending, lats get engaged, not at the starting point. So flexion, extension, we have the adduction movement and abduction movement. So I will write horizontal flexion or horizontal abduction or adduction. So write it down, horizontal adduction. The muscles of the horizontal adduction movement of our shoulder joint. So we have moved flexion in front, extension at the back. Now horizontal flexion. So when this is the starting point, when we bring the arm inside, adduction, horizontal adduction, inside. This is what? Which muscles are contracting? Pectoralis major. In the horizontal adduction, which muscles get engaged, contract? Pectoralis major. The important we will be writing. Similarly, this also muscle, same, originates from our scapula clavicle and to the humerus. Then we have horizontal abduction. You should know the movement more than the name of the muscle. So we are learning it together simultaneously. What you should first know? You should first know the movement, how it is. Okay, shoulder flexion in front, shoulder extension at the back, horizontal abduction inside, or horizontal flexion, or adduction, horizontal abduction outside, or horizontal extension. So this is now horizontal abduction. And when we move our arm at the side, which muscle will be getting engaged? That is trapezius on the back. So when we do the workout, if you have like done some like resistance band workout or moving, you also get your engagement in your back. So this is what your trapezius muscle. Okay. Now we have abduction and adduction, not horizontal, but in general. So I will erase the upper part and I will write here only. Okay. This first two I will erase and we'll write the number 5th, abduction and adduction. This horizontal adduction you can say, or you can also say horizontal flexion. This is horizontal abduction, you can say away, or you can also say horizontal extension. Horizontal. Now we have just abduction movement of the shoulder. Now we will see. We change the color. So can this is the red color visible on the whiteboard, or shall I write it with blue? Adduction first. So what are the muscles engaged in the adduction movement, or what is the adduction movement of the shoulder? So this movement of the arm from the side is abduction away from the midline. And when we bring the arm inside, or from this point, when we bring the arm down completely in, this is abduction. Sorry, adduction inside and abduction away. So what muscles I have been written here? Adduction. So what muscles are engaged when we bring the arm over here inside in the adduction movement? We have inferior pectoralis muscle and latissimus dorsi getting contract or engaged. So here you will see the lats and the inferior pectoralis major. Inferior means at the lower part of the chest, we have the same pectoralis major at the lower part. So for here, right, inferior pectoralis major muscle along with latissimus dorsi. Lat. These muscles you will find out where we have already studied the major location and the means. So now it will be easy for you to understand where are they exactly. So this is adduction, inside movement. Now abduction of the shoulder joint, nothing, only the arm will move from the shoulder joint. So from here, the arm is moving completely up. This movement is known as abduction. So where or which muscle will be getting engaged? The muscle medial deltoid. So we have this deltoid on our shoulder. Deltoid is what? The muscle in a triangular shape. So that mid of the deltoid will get contracted, the medial deltoid at the center. And along with the medial deltoid, if you will see the back, the muscles of our back, that image what we have drawn, you will find out supraspinatus muscle. So supraspinatus muscle is also next to our deltoid. Supra means above. At the back on the top, you will see supraspinatus. So we have the abduction, where you will have the supraspinatus and medial deltoid. This is what your supraspinatus muscle, just below your deltoid. Okay. So what movements up till now we have seen of our shoulder joint? Flexion in the front, extension at the back, then horizontal flexion, that is inside, straight, horizontal, horizontal extension, straight, outside. Then we have seen abduction of our shoulder, that is away, and adduction of our shoulder, that is inline towards the medial. And these are the muscles get engaged and contract. We have two more terms which will help to move our arm. Those are medial rotation and lateral rotation. We have studied this term after the bone joints in the previous week, I think. You can check their medial rotation and lateral rotation. So medial rotation of our shoulder means we will move our shoulder inside. Lateral rotation means medial rotation, shoulder, lateral rotation. This is outside. So in the medial rotation, we will have the muscle engagement. Pectoralis major will be there for sure. So I will keep it like this. And I will just write one more muscle, that is subscapularis. Here we have medial rotation, where pectoralis major and subscapularis. When we move our shoulder inside towards the midline, when we move the shoulder out, lateral rotation. Subscapularis. So now we will see lateral rotation. The muscles here in the lateral rotation, infraspinatus and teres minor, round muscle, short and the round muscle. So these infraspinatus and teres minor muscles will originate from our scapula, which will not move, which is stationary. Origin means stationary part of the bone. And insertion, so this muscle will originate from our scapula, our shoulder blade, the infraspinatus. Supraspinatus is above, infra is below, infraspinatus, and the teres minor as well, below our deltoid and above our lats. We will find these two muscles in your diagram you have seen previous day. Then these muscles will end on the humerus. So from here, directly they will end to our humerus. They will start here. Lats are below. So these muscles ending to our humerus bone is what it makes for the lateral rotation. These muscles get engaged. Lateral rotation of the shoulder and medial rotation of the shoulder, pectoralis major and subscapularis. Okay. Yes, no. What we have seen up till now, Dagmar, Valeri, we have Greg,
Yeah, I don't know if I will remember all those terms. I mean, all the infras, panales.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not at all. You have to remember in these days. This so this is just for your life, not for the exam. I told you. I will always tell you,
Yeah.
don't study for your exam, but study for your life. This is what keep my words to be a good yoga teacher as well. I am not here only teaching anatomy, so please remember this in future. So this is just the movement. At least you will remember in which direction our shoulder will move. That is also more important. So our shoulder is flexing, our shoulder is extending, shoulder is horizontal adduction, horizontal abduction, this movement. That's it. This is known as abduction away from the midline, adduction in line, again medial rotation in, lateral rotation out. This movement should be must to know in your life again. These are the major muscles. Apart from this, there are many more muscles which get engaged. I am just giving you the important ones that will help to move the structure or the part. Okay, so I will erase this about the shoulder joint. Everyone, have you got it, Dagmar, or have you written down some things from the whiteboard, or Valerie or Grace? Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. Now we'll erase it. I think today the people from Bali have half day. They will be enjoying their Saturday also. Anyway, so we have to study or we have to go move further. We have the next joint, the elbow. Okay, we have the next joint, the elbow joint. We have seen shoulder, now we will see elbow. So first movement, write it down, elbow joint. For the elbow joint, elbow flexion again. So when you will flex the elbow flexion, that is, we decrease the angle in between two parts. Which muscles get engaged? Tell me. Biceps. What are those? Biceps brachii, brachialis, and brachioradialis. The muscles in your arm, in the anterior view. You check the diagram. Till then, I will write the names of the muscles. That is biceps, brachialis, and brachioradialis. Getting engaged. Where this will originate? Biceps brachii. This will originate from the scapula, shoulder blade. Bicep originates from shoulder, but where it ends? In our radius. So this muscle, big muscle, bicep, will originate from the shoulder, but in end. But when we will move our elbow, this will get contracted. This will get contracted. Even brachialis muscle originates from our brachialis, will originate from humerus and will end in ulna. Brachioradialis will originate from humerus and will end at radius. So radialis, humerus to radius. Just biceps originate from our shoulder blade, but will end at our radius. Our biceps gets contracting. Where it ends, radius. So this is the movement. Where it ends, that part we have to move, not the part where it originates. So the part where it originates is stationary. Always remember, origin is nothing to do with the contraction. Only where it ends, that will help for the movement. Then we have the elbow extension. Now, you only tell me. If this is a question for you actually. Elbow extension. Which muscle will be getting engaged? Which muscle is at the back of our upper arm? Tell me. In the front we have yes. So we have tricep muscles, and anconeus, we have a small muscle in our elbow. So we have the first will be tricep. We will write it down. That's it. Even if you remember tricep, it's more than much. So triceps get engaged when we do extension of the elbow. In which posture? Upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Extension of the elbow. And before that, which posture you do? Your favorite one? Chaturanga. Chaturanga. There is what? Contraction of the bicep. Then from Chaturanga, you have to go upward facing dog again. Then you have to extend your arm and you can contract your tricep. So we have triceps, and anconeus is one of the small muscles. You will find the originating of anconeus from the humerus to ulna. So if this is my tricep at the back, very small tricep, when you will develop your triceps more, then you will see your arms will look big. So triceps makes your arms look big. If you want bigger arms for the man, you have to work out more on your triceps than your biceps. Here, in the workout, in the gym, the yoga will just move or improve the flexibility and the mobility of the joint. Anconeus muscle will start from the humerus to ulna, just this small portion. Anconeus for the extension of elbow. Can we proceed furthermore? We have pronation now and supination. First we will see what is pronation, then we will see what is supination. So for the pronation, we will have the muscle pronator teres. Teres is a round muscle. And for the supination, we will have supinator group of muscles. We have adductors group, abductors group. Similarly, we will have supinators muscle. Yep, in your elbow. Elbow joint, not in your elbow. We are watching elbow joint. We don't have any muscle in the joint. These joints are connected with the connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, fascia. Yes. So we are watching the elbow joint. When it moves, which muscles can help it to move? So in the arm, pronation. What is pronation? First, you tell me what is pronation and supination. Or have you practiced any prone posture or supine posture? Palms facing down is what?
Like in warrior pose, like Virabhadrasana.
Virabhadrasana is said to be at a standing pose, but we do warrior two with the palms down also. Yes. But the pronation or the prone posture are said to be when you lie down on your abdomen, and when you do those postures, those are mainly the prone postures. When you lie down in Makrasana, or when you rest in that Makrasana, palms facing down, like when you lie down on Shavasana, on your back, that time your natural position of your palms is supine, supination. Then whatever you do the next at the final pose, Whenever you will see whether your palms are down or at the end, those postures will be pronation or the supination. Most of the time, we will see the pronation postures. In the warrior 2 as well, the arms are down, but it is called a standing pose, not a prone position. Standing and seated prone. So these two muscle groups, pronator teres in your forearm, help to move the ulnar joint, the humerus and ulnar joint. The pronator teres muscle will originate from humerus and ulna, and it will directly end to our radius. So this will help. You see this radius bone. If I will just move it, twisting pivot joint. You studied pivot. If I will move, this muscle move. Pronator teres. Supinator, from where? The supinator muscle from humerus and ulna. It will be starting and it will be ending to our radius. So humerus and ulna joint, supinator. So when I will turn my palm up, that will be the supinator group of muscle, will help that palm facing up. Palm facing down, pronator teres muscle. This is elbow joint. Nothing else we have in our elbow joint. Elbow joint is only this much. Flexion, extension, pronation, supination. Yes. We will see only two now. Is this clear for today?
Yes, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Grace.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now we'll end up the session here and see you everyone on Monday. Thank you. Himalayan Yoga Association. Thank you.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.